Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have the privilege of doing a podcast with Girish Hiranandani, board member of Hira Industries LLC. And before we get started, I know you have a really busy schedule, so I just wanted to say that I really appreciate you taking the time to be here. And so I guess we'll get started. I've heard from my dad that you're very efficient. Could you please give me an introduction about yourself in 1 minute or less?
Yeah. First of all, thanks, Chad, for thinking of me.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I don't think I'm as important. I think this is my first official podcast. And no, I'm not so efficient. So 1 minute is a little bit. First, I'm a father. I've got 3 kids. You know, one of them, Arman. You play badminton with him. I've got a daughter, Sachi, with 1 grade below you. So you're between the sandwich generation. I have a younger son, Arnav. I'm married. My wife's name is Priya. I'm married now for 27 years. I met her in 1995. And we got married in 98. And then I'm also a son. My mom lives very close to us. I'm also a brother. My brother's name is Manish. He's 5 years younger and he works with me. For work, I run a business in the HVAC industry, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Some other interesting stuff about me: I've also done the half Ironman Dubai. I've done the half Ironman Oman. I like to try to remain healthy, not as healthy as your dad. He's an inspiration, but I'm trying to get there.
Okay, amazing.
So yes, I think a minute or maybe a bit more.
No, that was good. So we'll start from the very beginning. I know you grew up in Dubai, but before we get into that, can you just explain to me how your family ended up in Dubai and the UAE?
Yeah, so actually grew only in the second half in Dubai. I actually came to Dubai when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
I was born in Bombay. So I tell my kids all the time that you do not come from a middle class family or a humble family. You come from a poor family. So how we ended up in Dubai, I was born in 72. We used to live in a small apartment of 2-bedroom with my grandparents, my parents, and me. It was like maybe a 900 square foot apartment. My grandfather used to collect tickets in a train. He was a ticket collector, earning $3 a month. So that's what I said. We don't come from a middle class family. He wasn't educated. My dad was the first one in our family to be educated. He went to a mechanical engineering school. So Dubai, when they found oil, they started building. I think my dad was one of the lucky first few waves to come in as a mechanical engineer. He came here in 1975. They started building Dubai. I was in the late 60s to early 70s. Initial building had box ACs, which didn't need much engineering. When they needed engineering in the mid 70s, that's when my dad came in. So my dad's neighbor actually had a job with Al Futtaim. And at the last minute, the neighbor's wife didn't let the neighbor go. So my mom and my neighbor's wife knew each other, and she told my mom, like, they're looking for any mechanical engineer. My husband has a job, but I don't want to go. Your husband's a mechanical engineer. Do you want to go? And that's how my dad ended up in Dubai. But he came initially like sharing one room with 3 or 4 guys. So he left my mom there. She came 6 months later. I came 5 years later when he could afford his own apartment. So he came in 75, but he could afford his first apartment only by 1980. So I came in 1980, I was born in 72. So I came here actually when I was 8 years old.
And you came with your brother?
No, my brother was born here in 77.
Oh, okay.
And Manish. And so I stayed with my grandparents for a year or 2. And then I went to a boarding school in a small town next to Pune. Pune is a city in India. So then I went to boarding school in Panchkani for 2 years, and then I came here.
What was growing up in Dubai like? How was the move and how was school here?
So I came here when I was 8 years old. We used to live in Par Dubai in a small apartment. I did my grade 4 and 5 in Indian high school. That time there was a massive immigration wave at that time in the late 70s. And the school was quite small, so they used to teach girls in the morning and boys in the afternoon.
Wow.
because they had limited number of classes. So they rotated the class twice. So the girls' shift was from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. The boys' shift from 1:30 to 7 p.m. or something. So I went to school in the afternoon,
Yeah.
you know,
Wow.
for grade 4 and 5, which was quite strange. And then when my dad's business started to do a little bit better, then he moved me to Shwefat. In those days, the Asians, specifically the Indians, wanted the kids to finish school fast so they could start working faster. So my parents made me skip grade 6. And so when I switched schools from Indian high school to Shwefat, I went from grade 5 to grade 7. And I did grade 6 in one summer. I wish I would have done grade 6 because I think I was very young when I went to uni and very young when I graduated. I think a year later would have been better.
Did you used to enjoy school?
No. So I was in the bottom 5% of everything.
Like subjects wise?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking everything.
Okay.
In academics, I was in the bottom 5%, meaning because I skipped that grade. I didn't have many friends actually. I only had 1 or 2 friends. I wasn't very social.
Yeah.
So even socially, I was in the bottom 5%. Physically, I was overweight, so bottom 5%. Sports, I didn't play any sports.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Not even badminton?
Nothing. So I was inactive, not social, and pretty bad in academics.
And I heard you're a big reader. Did that start at a young age?
No. No.
Also
Much
not.
later. Maybe after I was 30. So now I listen to books, about 1 book a week. And I used to read about 8 books a year, roughly, in my 30s. But what I don't like about reading is that you're sitting, you're not moving, and I don't like to sit for a long time. So what I love about listening is you can walk and listen to books at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's what I like doing.
Nice.
So I listen to about one book a week, but I read about maybe 3 to 4 books a year.
Okay. And what about the entrepreneur in you? Did that start at a young age?
No, also much later.
Okay.
I was a very, very late bloomer in everything.
Okay.
In fact, if you would see me at 30, I would probably be in the bottom 5% of everything in terms of money. I was broke. My family was broke. I was unfit. Wasn't a reader. Didn't have too many friends until I was probably 30. So definitely a very, very late bloomer. So the entrepreneurship school, in AST, we have the red envelope.
Yeah.
So I just, my youngest son just graduated. I wrote the red envelope. I said, you only grow when you're broke, or when you're a failure, or when you have your heart broken. And I told my kids, I'm very lucky. I went through all of them before I was 30.
Yeah.
So the entrepreneurship bit, I was broke. So our business almost went bankrupt in, I would say 95 to 98. It was a downward slide. And we couldn't pay salaries for 6 months. We couldn't pay suppliers for 6 months. The net worth of the business was negative. Then my father said, why don't you go and do your own thing? Then I moved to New York, got a job. Then I got fired from that job as well. So I was unemployed and the business was bankrupt if you saw me at the age of 30. So I don't know what to do. And then I came back. And that's when you so I don't think you learn when you're successful. I don't think I'm learning anything now. I think you learn only when you fail, when you don't have any resources. So I think being broke is actually, I'm very lucky to be broke at some stage in my life. I think everyone should be broke at some stage in your life because that's when you grow. I actually don't think you can grow as a person unless you're broke.